Imagine this. You're trapped. Every month feels like a battle you're barely winning. The bills pile up, the dreams gather dust, and that nagging voice whispers, "Is this all there is?" You've tried everything. The hustle, the gurus, the endless self-help loops. But true wealth, that feeling of unshakable financial power, feels like a mirage. What if I told you the map to that power isn't in some shiny new app, but in the chillingly effective strategies of a man who lived 500 years ago, a man whose name became synonymous with ruthless genius, Niccolo Machiavelli. Most people hear of Machiavelli and picture a villain, a master manipulator. They dismiss his wisdom as too dark, too cynical for the modern world. But what if his profound understanding of power, human nature, and strategy is exactly what's missing from your financial arsenal? What if the same principles that allowed princes to conquer kingdoms can help you conquer your bank account, transforming you from a financial pawn into a king? Because in today's brutal economic landscape, where the rules are written by the powerful, relying on naive optimism is like bringing a spoon to a sword fight. It's noble perhaps, but ultimately suicidal. In the next 9 minutes, I'm going to pull back the curtain on Machiavelli's 7 ironclad rules for not just accumulating, but dominating in the world of wealth. And I promise you, the final rule, the 7th, is one that most people find too uncomfortable, too dark to even whisper. But it is the true key, the hidden lever that separates those who merely survive financially from those who truly thrive. This isn't about being good, it's about being effective. This is about taking you from the ordinary world of financial struggle and arming you with a blueprint to become the predator, not the prey, in the financial jungle. You are the hero of your own story. Yes, but financially, you're stuck in the ordinary world. You're battling dragons you can't see, fighting fires that keep reigniting. Machiavelli's blueprint isn't just advice. It's the assistance you desperately need, the treasure map to navigate the crisis of a ruthless economic landscape. Are you ready to step into the arena? Let's not waste any time. We're diving straight into the deep end with the most shocking rule first, because if you're not prepared for this, the others won't even make sense. Most financial advice tells you to be transparent, to build trust, to share your vision. Machiavelli would laugh. He understood that true power, and by extension, true wealth, often comes from a degree of mystery. It's not about outright deception, but about strategic ambiguity. When your competitors, or even your employees, know exactly what you're planning, every move you make becomes predictable. They can anticipate, counter, and exploit your vulnerabilities. The what is that you need to protect your intellectual capital and future plans. The how is far more subtle. It means cultivating an aura where your intentions aren't always clear, where your true resources are unknown, and where your next move remains a subject of speculation. Think about the companies that announce a groundbreaking product only when it's ready, not during every messy development stage. They manage the narrative, control the information, and maximize impact. But if you think that's ruthless, wait until you see how this next rule applies to your bank account. This is perhaps Machiavelli's most infamous dictum, usually applied to leadership. But how does it apply to your pursuit of wealth? In finance, love can be equated with being liked, being popular, being the nice guy who gets walked over. Fear, in this context, isn't about terrorizing people, but about commanding respect, establishing boundaries, and projecting an unshakable resolve. The what is that you need to be seen as someone who will protect their assets, enforce their terms, and make shrewd, sometimes unpopular decisions to secure their financial future. The how involves cultivating a reputation for integrity and strength. You honor your agreements, but you also don't hesitate to cut ties with unprofitable ventures or renegotiate terms when necessary. You're not afraid to be the one who says no when everyone else expects yes. This isn't about being a jerk, it's about being effective. And trust me, when it comes to money, a little healthy fear of your financial acumen can go a long way. But it gets even colder. In the age of Instagram and personal branding, this rule is more potent than ever. Machiavelli understood that people react not to what is, but to what they perceive to be. The what is that you must meticulously craft your financial image. This doesn't mean faking it until you make it in a fraudulent way. It means understanding that how you present your success, your stability, and your future prospects can open doors that would otherwise remain closed. The how involves strategic investments in your brand, your network, and even your personal presentation. It means showcasing your wins, highlighting your strengths, and managing the narrative around your financial journey. A solid, confident front can attract opportunities, partners, and investors, while an appearance of struggle or uncertainty can repel them. It's not about being fake. It's about being smart about how you're seen. And if you think managing perception is a minor detail, wait until you see how this next rule can make or break your entire financial empire. Machiavelli spoke of virtù, a leader's skill and strength, and fortuna, the unpredictable forces of luck and circumstance. The truly wealthy understand that virtù isn't just about hard work. It's about having the wisdom to recognize and exploit fortuna when it appears. The what is that financial success is often less about constant brute force effort and more about strategically timed actions. The how involves cultivating an acute awareness of market trends, economic shifts, and emerging opportunities. It means being prepared to act decisively when a window opens, even if it seems risky. It's about having your capital, your connections, and your plan ready, so that when the market dips, or a competitor falters, or a new technology emerges, you're not caught flat-footed. Most people see crises as problems. Machiavellian minds see them as opportunities. But recognizing opportunities is only half the battle. This is where many aspiring wealth builders falter. They hold on to sentimental investments, underperforming ventures, or unproductive relationships out of loyalty or fear of conflict. Machiavelli would tell you this is a recipe for stagnation and eventual ruin. The what is that your financial portfolio, your business, and even your time must be constantly scrutinized for inefficiencies and weaknesses. The how means making tough, unsentimental decisions. It's about regularly auditing your expenses, divesting from assets that no longer serve your goals, and cutting ties with individuals or projects that drain your resources without delivering value. This isn't about cruelty. It's about surgical precision in protecting and growing your wealth. Every dollar, every hour, every connection must serve a purpose. If it doesn't, it's a liability. And believe me, this level of detachment is crucial, especially when we consider our next rule. While networking is a buzzword, Machiavelli's approach is far more calculating. He didn't build friendships. He forged alliances based on mutual benefit and strategic advantage. The what is that your network should be a carefully constructed web of influence, resources, and information, where every connection serves a potential purpose in your wealth acquisition. The how means identifying individuals who possess resources, knowledge, or influence that can advance your objectives. It involves offering value in return, creating win-win scenarios, and maintaining these relationships not out of sentiment, but out of a clear understanding of their potential utility. You need to know who to call when you need capital, when you need information, or when you need a door opened. This isn't about using people in a malicious way. It's about understanding the transactional nature of high-stakes relationships and leveraging it to your advantage. And now for the 7th rule. The one most people are too afraid to even acknowledge, let alone implement. This is the darkest truth of Machiavelli's wealth blueprint, the uncomfortable secret that separates the consistently rich from everyone else. Are you ready? Yes, you heard that right. Machiavelli stated, "A prince never lacks legitimate reasons to break his promise." Now, before you click away in disgust, let's understand the nuance. This isn't an endorsement of outright fraud or illegal activity. That's foolish and short-sighted. This rule operates in the grey areas, the unspoken realities of negotiation, competition, and public perception. The what is that in a truly competitive environment, absolute honesty can be a critical vulnerability. The how involves understanding when strategic misdirection, the withholding of information, or the careful manipulation of expectations can serve your financial interests without crossing legal or ethical lines that would be truly self-destructive.